What's good, everybody? It's your boy, the Mad Prince, back at it again with Echo 4. I'm your moderator for the day. If you couldn't tell, your boy is very fucking drunk. We just got done filming some shit for the Falcon and Winter Soldier, so go ahead and check that out. That video should be coming out either, I don't know when that video. We don't have a set schedule.
Soon.
I don't know. It's soon.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Which is Monday.
Mañana.
First of all right, so I'm gonna put a card somewhere around here. I don't know. This Zoom shit is weird. I don't know. So just check that out. There's gonna be a link down in the description below, so on and so forth. Check out our final review of the final episode of The Falcon and Winter Soldier. That being said, because I'm drunk, I need to eat, and I'm going to be eating. And as I said, I'm the moderator for this shit. So I'm gonna introduce the rest of Reco. Shit. God damn it.
Get closer to your mic, baby. Get closer to your mic.
I am going to introduce the rest of Echo 4. So if you also would please so kindly introduce yourselves.
Hey.
Go ahead, Trez.
Hey. It's your girl, Drea. I'm trying to sober up. Goddamn.
Hi, I'm Booty Monique, and I'm also tipsy.
Yo, it's your boy Kensan. Been drinking, but hanging in there.
I got Trump missing. This man got noodles.
Okay.
I got noodles and a cup of salsa. What am I supposed to do with that?
Damn, you make that shit look good. Hurry up and finish.
Oh no.
Hell no. This ain't for y'all benefit. Anyway. This is a review video of the recent recent movie that came out. This is a sloppy ass video. This is a review of the recent movie that came out, Mortal Kombat. So Mortal Kombat, as most of you probably already know, started off life as a video game made in good old Chicago, Illinois of US of A. Now, it's a prolific game, known for its gore, its violence, all that and shit, and it's really the game that started the whole debate about violence in video games. Is it affecting children? All that shit in the bag of chips. Bullshit arguments, all that in the bag of chips. So they recently came out with a new I don't want to say reboot. They came out with a new movie for the franchise. I'm gonna put this down because all right. So they came out with a new movie for the franchise, and it kind of presented a new storyline, so on and so forth. It's a lot of anyone who played Mortal Kombat knows that it has a really wide. I'm sorry, I'm really drunk. It has a very varied roster of fighters. It's a
lot of fighters. So they kind of condensed it a lot for the purposes of this movie, which I'm not mad at. Mm-hmm.
So I want to get everybody's initial impressions of this movie. Someone say something. Shit.
Go ahead, kid.
Man, I enjoyed the fight scenes. I did enjoy that they kept it to a minimum with the characters because there's like Will said, there's a shit ton of characters, and there's so many good characters too. Like I do enjoy the Mortal Kombat universe, especially the more recent games they had. They've really drawn out the storylines to the point where just the cut scenes alone make up a movie. So all the ever started since MK9, all the cutscenes and everything from the single player story mode, you just combine them all together. It's complete enough to where it's basically just a movie. They make these storylines that are just complete movies. So this movie is kind of like watching one of the video games cutscenes. In the actual movie form, which is based off like a starter character roster. In this sense, like as you see behind me, I have like these 6 or 7 or 8. This is like a small hand, less than 10, and really even from like MK2 on, like it increased from like I think it's like originally like 8 fighters in the original one to like 6, like almost doubled in the next one. So and the roster does increase tenfold. So but overall I liked it. It was still cheesy. It's still cheesy. I mean, you can't get around it. It has to be. But I liked it.
Okay, so I'm not very familiar with the lore of Mortal Kombat. I played the game with my cousins, and
Always
I
with
know
the cousins.
I know, right? Yep. It was Corey. Corey had the game.
For me, it was
I
80.
would play it. And it was fun. I enjoyed the fatality. So I did watch the first 2 movies that came out a long time ago. I barely remember them. This movie, though, you know what I really liked? I liked the beginning of the scene or beginning of the movie. I thought, honestly, it felt like a whole different like movie. It was so well done, and then it became extremely cheesy. And then I like the end. So it's just like it had a strong beginning, strong end. Everything in between was just like, all right. But honestly, for a video game movie, not too bad. And I'm actually curious. Like, well, I actually kind of want to see the tournament now. So at least they did that part that made me want to actually see that part. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a fun little like Saturday night movie, but would I say it's a good movie? No, but it was fun to watch in certain scenes. Drea.
I would not have a high expectation for video games turned to movies because when has it ever went well? Even Battleship has a movie with Rihanna. Don't take this shit too seriously.
Well,
it's not that deep.
Because that's a game movie. I want to say video game movie, but that
I mean, still game turn movies. I don't take it.
It missed its shot too. Like the best one that was like at least decent was Prince of Persia.
I even didn't like that one.
I know we're gonna.
I didn't even like that one.
But for me, that was like, I mean, even Assassin's Creed. Like, I'm as a fan of Assassin's Creed. Like,
Oh no,
Prince of Persia had Mickey Mouse money.
That Assassin's Creed shit you can keep to yourself. But Prince of Persia was actually more decent than it's pretty good.
Had Mickey Mouse money. So
no,
of course
it didn't.
It, has some quality.
It had nothing to do with Disney. What are you talking about?
Was not produced by Disney.
Hell no.
Prince of Persia wasn't that?
No.
I don't know. I didn't see that.
I'm lit. I swore that was like Disney associated.
No.
My expectation. Go ahead, check while I talk. Okay. I mean, my expectation wasn't going to be high anyway, because why would it? But I did enjoy it for what it was. Sure, in between time, I was surfing through my phone. Well, for the 5 sequences, I was here for it.
Okay.
Sure, Sonya Blade was just there as a side piece. I'm like, damn shit. Damn girl, you can't get
Kano though. When we get into the 3D.
We'll get into characters.
It was distributed by Disney, and the production was Disney. So.
Okay, I said what the fuck I said.
Yeah,
wait, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know
my shit. I'm gonna drink.
No, because I know Ubisoft has their own production studio. Okay, so that must have been.
And it's on Disney.
It's on Disney. All Mickey Mouse money.
So that must have been before. That had to.
Disney been buying up everything. So.
No. That had to been before Ubisoft bought their own production studio. So that's why I thought that. Okay, so that's all right. So my thoughts on Mortal Kombat. If you're going into this thing expecting that it's gonna be a good movie and like just stop, just no, don't do that. The thing is that not a lot of people have gotten right. Most people haven't gotten right a good video game to movie adaptation. They haven't really gotten that right. The only recent one I could think of to date would probably be Sonic. That shit was actually pretty good, in my opinion.
After we bullied their ass.
Yeah. If they left Sonic as is, then that shit would have sucked. Which you know what?
That creative director was probably fired so quickly.
Hey, you know what? That kind of begs the question: if that's how Sonic look, what the fuck did Tails look like? Because he showed up at the end of the movie. What the fuck did he look like originally? Because I am scared to see that shit. Anyway, this ain't about them niggas. This ain't about Sega and their failed legacy. This is about Mortal Kombat. So. Yeah, if you're expecting this to be like this well thought out, this good ass like plot line, like story driven bullshit, it's not. It's not.
The movie based on a combat game. A fighting game.
And you know what? I'm gonna be real with you. About almost 10 years ago, I think, they came out with a web series. And honestly, I think like from a narrative point of view, the web series is a lot better.
Oh, definitely.
Both seasons of that shit. It's a lot better. And this one, even though it's called Mortal Kombat, it doesn't really deal with the tournament Mortal Kombat. Because the driving plot point is to actually cheat their asses off before the actual tournament starts. That's really the driving point of this shit. And yeah, so there's a lot of shit going on, so on and so forth. But if you're looking at this shit just to have like some like cheap thrills and cheap fun, and yeah, this is a good movie to watch. But if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, don't go into this with high expectation. That's real. Yeah. So I don't know how well I'm enunciating this shit. I am very drunk right now. Okay. Yeah. Okay, all right, because I can't feel my face, I can't feel my tongue, and I can't, and like, yeah, so shit is weird. That being said, since we talked about the first impressions, let's talk about the overall premise and story. How did you feel about it, each one of you?
I would say, story-wise, I was not feeling the main character, Cole Young. I thought he was boring. I didn't care about his family.
Don't get too deep into like story, like into character shit. Let's just keep it.
Wait, what did you ask?
Like story premise, that shit. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, but that's a part of like the why I couldn't connect with the story was because I couldn't connect with that main character.
All right, bet.
And I like Jax and Sonya, but I just felt like everybody was kind of underdeveloped. The most interesting character, well, the one that I was excited to see when it came on the screen was Kano because he was a wild card. You know, like I said, I don't really know the lore, so the fact that they had to awaken their Arcana, I believe that's what it's called, to get their powers. I was like, okay, that's new.
I don't fucking know. That's the first time I heard that shit.
That was them.
That was something that was
why
new.
they got powers.
Okay, so I was like, well, I can accept that. I mean, it just felt like story-wise, it was a lot of like fan service. I couldn't connect with the main character, and I liked a couple of the characters, but nobody that I've really connected to, besides Hanzo and what's the ice dude?
Sub-Zero.
Damn,
Sub-Zero.
Damn.
I know. I remember Hanzo, not Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
Damn.
You tried that hard to remember that name.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
you can't say ice cold. Something.
Y'all would have clowned me if I called him ice cold.
Mr. Freeze. Where's my super suit? Something.
Sub-Zero. I thought that.
The Frozone head. What are you talking about, bro?
Yes. I was really interested in their story. I was like asking questions like, okay, well, why they got beef? Like, I wanted to know what happened, you know, in the past that got to this point. I feel like it was
they showed us at the very beginning why they had beef.
Well, I mean, it seemed like he just.
Well, it's similar to with the some other content that we talk about.
Well, you know
that,
what? Well, you know what? In Japanese history, I mean, in basically history of the Far East, Japan and China has a very strained relationship.
Oh, they've been at war.
They've been at war for shit, and like, don't get me wrong, it's justified on both sides. Because Japan used to be dicks at some point. Yeah, they used to be mad. They used to be like Japanese empire when the empire still was a thing. That shit was. They used to be.
It was bad.
It was bad.
But the thing is, especially during those eras, like with the Chinese dynasty as well, there's a lot of like. There's a lot of history between the Japanese and the Chinese.
It is, and I didn't realize this history until I taught over there. And like a lot of my little Japanese students, every time I said anything about China, because we'll learn about different culture, and they would just like turn up their face and be like, "Oh, China," and I was just like, "What? Like, really? Are y'all really like you're?" Basically listening to your parents right now. Like, I know you don't understand the history between China and Japan.
I mean, you say that until you realize that China really don't like black people. So
I don't care. I mean, like, it don't matter for me. I'm talking about my kids being like, every time I even said the word China, it was just I don't want to hear it. It was just like, okay, I'm not trying to tell you about the history of China. I'm just literally talking about China as a country, and they tuned me out. So like, I definitely got that. Yeah, it was just like,
because for them, they're like excommunicated.
yeah. Like, why are you even talking? Like, it's in the textbook, bro. I ain't make this shit up.
You're just a messenger.
Yeah, I'm just a messenger. So I got that sense when I was over there, that history, that bad blood between both of the countries. So that when I was watching it, that's basically what I was feeling. But I don't, like I said, I don't know Mortal Kombat. So I'm like, I don't know if it was actually something in the history of Mortal Kombat that happened between those two.
Sub-Zero was Chinese. Hanzo, damn, I can't remember his last name. He was Japanese. Hasashi, thank you. Hasashi, he was Japanese, and like, honestly, if motherfucker rolled up on my property, killed my family, I'd be upset too. Just be real.
But I just want to know why. Like,
well, because I mean, they do trick it in there multiple times. Like, you see Sub-Zero said for the Lin Kuei.
Yeah.
Because Hanzo is an assassin. He's a great warrior. And he acknowledged that Sub-Zero acknowledged that fact when he came over there. And because of he committed war crimes against the Lin Kuei clan.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I'm saying. That was not missing
but
context.
You know what? That's in the game logic, though. In the context of the movie, though, it's just the sheer fact that this motherfucker was chosen for Mortal Kombat because he had the mark, and the whole plan was to eliminate all the warriors who had that mark. So
but that was earlier on. But earlier on, before he became a warrior for Mortal Kombat, he went out there just to kill him for the Lin Kuei. Like, I feel like it's kind of like a setup.
That's video game logic.
I know.
I think that still applies here.
I think it does too, Will, because they didn't even have the mark.
Movie for later on, they dealt with the mark and they talked about it.
It
seemed like they had pre-existing beef, and I'm just here to fuck with you to make this prophecy actually be a thing.
And then Scorpion doesn't have the mark. Scorpion doesn't have the mark. He was brought back.
He did have the mark.
Well, in my argument was that if that lore really mattered the way that it did, we wouldn't have a Cole Young, because that motherfucker. Because you two may not know this, but Cole Young is an original character.
I know that.
Yeah. So
we know that.
He wouldn't. So all right. So it's a lot of. So here's the thing. Mortal Kombat is taking a lot of liberties with a lot of shit in this movie. That's pretty much a given.
Ooh, let me put my first impression into the mix.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey. I just think it was weird that they tried to put into real world context.
How so?
As in, like, Sonya's talking about, I have done all this research. It was Mortal Kombat. You are one of the warriors. I'm like, why do we have to do all this shit for people who know this game to make it make sense? Just do the thing. Why you gotta make it some ancient historical thing that keep on reoccurring that we have to discover, and we gotta bring all these people into the fold? Just get to the fight. That's what we're here for.
Something called mass appeal. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but it doesn't really have appeal though. It's just for the fighting. That's what we came for. Did anybody watch Godzilla and Kong for the story? No, we here for the fight. Just get to the point.
I didn't really understand how my biggest gripe with the movie was that Jax and Sonya being the most normal humans.
Okay, we jumping.
We jumping. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, give us another question.
Go ahead.
Right,
give us another push.
Okay. So I asked y'all how y'all felt about the overall story, and naturally, as this is an adaptation for a video game, a movie adaptation for a video game, you should all know that any sort of adaptation from a different media doesn't always translate well when it comes to the big screen, all that in the bag of chips. So I wanted to ask, I have to be cognizant of the fact that two of you don't know the lore of Mortal Kombat. I barely know the lore of Mortal Kombat, because honestly, I remember getting my ass whooped playing Mortal Kombat more than I remember the lore. More than I remember the lore. So I wanted to know, what are some things that you did and did not like about the movie itself?
What I did not like was the main character. I just thought he was boring. I thought that it was almost like he was unnecessary. They could have focused on Sonya. They could have focused on Jax.
Right?
If they wanted to. I was like, he was so unnecessary. His family was so unnecessary. I guess he was kind of trying to be like the audience, I guess. Like, I don't really understand he wasn't charismatic. So I just didn't really care about him. That was the really big thing. And then the pacing of it, they kept talking about the tournament the whole time, but just looking at the runtime, I was like, well, that shit's not happening in this movie. I thought the CGI was a little inconsistent at times. It seemed like they focus a lot on Sub-Zero and
As they should.
I mean, yes, but I feel like if you're gonna do a movie, it should be at least consistent with everybody. And sometimes I felt that it looked really cheesy.
Sub-Zero's a bitch. I want to put that on record for anybody who mains any
Damn.
No. Fuck it.
He
Fuck
does
it.
his odd thing.
Wait, Will, before you go on your rant, let me give my highs.
Okay, I just want to say this. Anybody who mains Sub-Zero is a fucking hoe. I want you to. I say that from the bottom of the heart that I do not have. You are a bitch, a hoe, a fucking cunt. I won't.
I guess
say this.
And then Drea will drop this message. Feel free to like and subscribe and make a comment if you need to clap back at Will.
Right?
I like to see engagement.
Yes, engagement. Okay, what I liked about it was that it was fun in the fighting part. Like, the fighting part was fun. I like seeing the fatalities. I like seeing the actual lore. Like, I was like, oh, okay, I can see where they're going. I want to see the tournament. I want to see all of these things. It's just that I wish it didn't feel like a setup movie, and that's what it felt like. So yeah, that was the only thing. But it's like, I see the potential. Like, just give me the fun, quirky little fighting video game. Like, just give that to me, because that's all I really want. I want to get high and I want to watch this. Like,
this is a show to
like,
watch while inebriated.
And it's like, that's the thing now. It's like a lot of companies are starting to milk these franchises, and that's at least what I feel like. Because they say a movie a decade ago, like this type of movie, they would have made this like they would have made us like a one and done installment with the potential of more, in case people want more. But instead, they're already making it as a setup as intended from the beginning, which that just pulls out a lot of going in depth in any of the content, anything they introduce, because all this is going to be just an hour and a half or plus of introductions and setup, and it's like, okay, where's the beef, where's the meat? Like it's like if you're a meat eater, but all you have is a vegetarian meal, a salad. With a chicken at least.
All right. Damn, I don't remember the question I asked.
Yeah, I was about to ask. What was the question?
Yeah, what was the question?
Overall impression of the narration of the
No,
story,
that was the first question.
That was the first question.
Okay,
Yeah,
Brittany, you remember? You answered it. What was the question?
The question was, what did you like and what did you like?
What? Okay.
All right. Right. All right.
What I like?
Okay. You got to remember, I'm also shooting from the hip here, so forgive me if I seem very, yeah. The liquor is not helping.
Okay, who's next? Who's up next? Do I go?
Who? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going last.
Okay. As in, I mean, what I like is what you came for. You came to watch these fight sequences. That's pretty much it. As if it's not, my expectation was low from the jump. So it's not like I was looking for a profound story. I didn't ask for this new character. I don't need to attach to a new character. It's Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need this. Especially when you see how the tech is and high resolution these games are becoming. I don't need that to follow a movie. I don't need to attach to someone brand new who I do not attach to, who I would not give a fuck to, about that much. I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was just off. I mean, it ain't that deep. Let's have this tournament. Let's fight for, this Earth realm.
True.
Get into the shit. Melina, show me your teeth, sis.
Show me the teeth, sis.
We'll see what that smile direct done for you.
Exactly.
Smile direct.
All right, so what did you like?
I mean, as in, I enjoyed the fight sequence. Let me look up these character names real quick because I am Liddy. Was it Liu Kang? Especially when he finished off Nitara? I'm like, yes, this is what I came for. Give me
It was the other one.
I don't keep up with people's names.
King Pao.
Damn, that's what you going.
I don't know what's his name. What's the other one name?
Wait.
What the heck?
What you just
Luke
what?
Cage.
No, it's Kung Lao. Wait, what you just call him? You just say King Pao?
I don't know. I'm thinking country like chicken. Yeah, it's Kung Lao. I just want the action. I did that's what I came for.
That's
what
she
said for anything down.
I'm
Kung
just,
Lao was fun to watch when he split her
He
ass up
was.
in
He was
half
fun.
with that hat. I'm like,
Flawless victory.
I am
Flawless
fucking
victory.
disgusted.
Bruh, King Pao.
What the Kung Pao chicken?
Oh, well, that what my brain went to. I'm hungry, so sorry.
King Pao.
You did talking about you ordered chicken.
I did. It's on the way. So
And it was messed up. Chicken is soul food. And you know what happened to him?
I feel like this video was a mistake. God damn it. Okay. All right. So
That's what I love. I want to see the action. That's it.
okay. All right.
I mean, Makai Brooks, he
Nah.
leveled up. He said ashtray, bitch, and now he got this.
Drea, you the homie, but I'm cutting you off though.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna drink some more. Hold on. Let me get my.
You can't stop me.
I did not talk about Kung Pao chicken. That was already.
Okay. So what I didn't like about. Oh my god. All right. What I didn't like about it, I didn't like with Cole Young. I didn't like him as a main character. I mean, because I kind of saw what they were trying to do, but I didn't like the way they did it. Like the way it was executed. I kind of didn't care about this dude. He seemed really generic and shit. Because he seemed like a substitute for Scorpion, and no, he was definitely a substitute for Scorpion. Because at the end of the day, it was Scorpion who handled that shit. Yeah. So it was I did not like that and shit, and so.
All that build up for this bland character.
That's why I thought it was weird to make it real world. Just let it be how it was. You don't have to put it into real world future and give somebody new to connect to.
Yeah, but the problem with Mortal Kombat is that they don't know what the fuck they're doing with their own continuity. Because they rebooted this shit back in
A billion
2011.
times. There's so multiple kinds.
Yeah, so and the last game they came out with, they brought time travel into the shit, so you don't know what the fuck is real and what the fuck isn't. So trying to follow that storyline is a fucking headache in its own right. So you probably better off snorting cocaine and just fucking imagining what the fuck the shit will happen. I don't like the main character. I'm kind of indifferent to him. I feel like all the other characters who you do recognize, they weren't as fleshed out as I would have liked. Jax, Sonya, Kano. Kano was the one shining spot in this fucking thing, because he was the one who had the most personality, who had who had the most gravitas and shit, and like
a lot more involvement than I thought.
I liked Kano and shit. Which is fucking funny, because I did not give a fuck about Kano before this.
No, he's just an asshole character.
He pretty much is. He's just literally an asshole character. So yeah, there's that. What I did like the fight sequences and shit, though. No, you know what? One thing I didn't like is Kung Lao got fucking done in so fucking early. Like really? The one motherfucker who was actually put in
doing
work.
Something.
Like yo,
and everybody gonna sit there and just watch that shit. Like, oh no.
And you know what? This movie has some campy bits, but like, because if you ever played Mortal Kombat, you know if you do certain things during a match, you get like the announcer saying certain shit. Kung Lao whooped that harpy's ass like flawless victory. It was really campy, and what's the fucking what was Buddy name? How did I forget his name all of a sudden?
You talking about us?
Describe.
His cousin. Shit.
Luke Kane.
Yeah, there you go.
Fireball.
I don't know how I forgot his name. I don't know. For some reason, I'm terribly bad with Chinese names for some reason. I don't know. Luke Kane, he did the same shit like fatality for Kung Lao. I'm like, you know what? The one thing about Liu Kang that I did not like is that every time this nigga turned the corner when he was walking, he flapped his fucking sash. I'm like, why is this nigga doing this shit? Like, it was like the most unnecessary. Like imagine if Dracula, every time Dracula stopped the conversation, he just like. That's what Liu Kang did. That's what Liu Kang did. This motherfucker literally. Hold up, I'm sorry. My headphone snapped out of my shit. This motherfucker literally like flapped his fucking sash. And like just turned the corner, or like right when he was about to do some shit. I'm like, bro, like I appreciate sauce, but even this is unnecessary, nigga. Relax. But
that should be a drinking game.
And like Liu Kang was like, Liu Kang was like really overtly dramatic in this shit. I'm like, you need to tone it down a bit. I don't know what you fucking doing.
This movie is dramatic.
What I found funny is like most of the time when he talked, he was doing a lot of hand gestures and like every time. Like, you have to pose every time you talk.
That's why I was like, it was cheesy. But it was
like I said, it was campy and shit. But you know what? That's the point. You're not supposed to take it seriously, which is why they do a lot of callbacks to the game and shit. Which like even that scene when he was training Kano and shit, he beat Kano by doing nothing but a series of low kicks. He literally spammed low kicks in order to beat that motherfucker. Very Mortal Kombat-esque. I'm not gonna lie, but.
I mean, when I played it, that's literally what I would do. I would find one move that worked.
No, you just jammed that button.
Now, see, what I did not see, what I was looking forward to, if there's any, because I usually don't, especially now, come to a lot of content with much expectations at all. That way, I tend to like it most of the time. Mm-hmm. But with this, I did expect to at least see that uppercut. That Mortal Kombat uppercut. Every character always has that strong uppercut that just not someone
Mhm.
12 feet in the air.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it's
know
a
what?
click. I didn't see that.
You know what's fucked up? They did have that uppercut. They had it with Cole, and the shit was weak. That's what's
And
fucked
that's
up.
that's why I didn't see it, because the character is weak.
Yeah. So yeah. The things that I
With
did
that Black
like.
Panther suit.
Yeah. So
You
yeah.
like Golden Frieza.
Nah, that's
So the
not a
things.
panther.
Yeah, so the things that I did like, I did like the fact that I did like that they did try not to oversaturate this shit with a lot of characters, because Mortal Kombat has a plethora of fucking characters to like, to like pull
jump
shit
on
from. Yeah, the one thing, like the fact that they Melina, the one thing that was fucked up is like how all these characters, like when they got to like the final stage, they just did like this fucking speed run through all the opposition and shit. They just kind of done them in like with like one shots and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, how is that possible? Melina got fucking done in with a single shot, nigga. Really?
Well,
and like I don't know if y'all noticed, but Melina is actually like a clone of another character, Katana, and we haven't seen Katana at all. And so
They had an Easter egg of her in the movie though. So she'll probably be in the sequel.
if there is a sequel, let's be real.
But they want one.
I mean, this was
They probably
streaming.
will.
It's
They're
a
gonna be
setup
okay.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're gonna make one whether we ask for it or not.
Yeah, well, no, because like movies in general, though, the only time they consider a movie a success is when they like make 2.5 times of what the actual budget was. So if it doesn't hit that, they do not make a sequel.
So how many clicks do they need?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with this whole streaming thing.
I mean,
and
it did come in the
did
theaters
come out.
too.
They came out in the theaters too, so it's gonna be a little bit different with all this.
Yeah, because
different ways.
Yeah, because by that rationale, the Justice League Snyder Cut was a failure. So
but we already had subscriptions, so here we are.
We use our friends' subscriptions.
It is what it is. But yeah,
Pookie and them.
But yeah, besides that, I did like the fight scenes. The fight scenes were pretty decent and shit. They actually had a Raiden who was fucking Japanese.
Thank God.
Because if you saw the web series or the original movies from the 90s, Raiden was always a white guy, and I was like, how you gonna have a Japanese god who's a white guy? Like, really? Y'all really? They even
like when that one.
Are you surprised though?
You know what's even fucked up? You know what's even fucked up?
We had Dragon Ball Z and the white boy was the lead. Come on now.
We don't speak of that. We don't speak of that.
What's even fucked up is that even in the 90 movies, Liu Kang was like, how the fuck is Raiden white? This is bullshit. Like he
knew.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. So like he was actually Japanese. I feel like they could have fleshed out a few stories a lot better though, but they kind of it wasn't that they did anything bad when it came to the characters. It just felt like shallow. It wasn't it felt pretty shallow. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, how long we been at this shit? God damn, 40 minutes.
What is it?
Okay,
40 minutes.
So yeah, it's fun. It's funny. It's funny how liquor just makes time just warp. So yeah,
it's time traveling.
I ain't got nothing else to say, so
I'm just counting how many white people play Raiden. I'm like, I'm over 4 at this point.
Like
no
there's no Asian
disrespect.
actors in Hollywood.
Yeah. So if you had to give this a rating, what would a rating out of 5? We're gonna keep this very simple. If you had to give it a rating out of 5, tell me why.
3.
Tell me what the rating is and tell me why. Damn.
I would give it a 2.5. The reason why is because the story was not compelling enough. I felt like it wasn't a standalone movie. Felt like a setup movie. But 0.5 because I enjoyed some of the scenes and I was actually sober and actually interested. So that was the 0.5. So yeah, that's what I would give it.
You're
2.5.
so nice. Go ahead, Ken.
I give it a 3, as I said. Solid 3, I would say.
You so nice.
Because as a person who like, I'm a little more familiar with the lore and I play a lot of different other versions of the games. So I'm a bit more familiar with the content. But yes, it's still super shallow. It is definitely a setup movie. Um, so they're setting up to where they want to appeal to a general audience to allow for more, which is why they had Cole as a main character to like set that a generic the generism to allow to them to build a movie universe with these set of characters, but also having some more. I don't know. It's just overall, like, I don't like that direction, but I don't know. This is what we got to go with. But with it being a setup movie, they did introduce enough of the universe. I feel like, especially with the amount of content for the Outrealm that they shown, like they did show that it's not just Earthrealm. That there's these other universes that just have these people who are just badasses at so many different things. But yeah, it introduced the universe enough, but it was still very shallow. But the fight scenes were great. But other than that, yeah, it's like, come on, man. It's like, yeah.
Period.
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
Okay, Drea.
I mean, I know the game enough to know the lore and the overall universe of, just fighting for control over shit. I don't think it needed to have a modernized field for us to connect to it, because most of the people who are going to go to it are just people who watching the fight. So I'm going to give it a solid 2. You were cute for what it's worth, but you were doing more than what you would need to do. Period. And the best special effects was for Behind Sub-Zero. That shit was cute. That was like the most technical shit that they have done. But when Liu Kang came with that little shitty ass dragon, I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Even his fire effects, I was just like,
it did look sus. I'm like, something is weird here.
Yeah, obviously they focus on getting people who were good on making ice effects and not much fire.
But it was such a strong effect. That's why I like that opening sequence.
What's funny is Corridor Digital said the same shit about that fire dragon. Like they saw that shit, they're like, yo, this shit look really fucking sus. So
it's like, with one of those, like, those, you get a friend that gets a tattoo and you're like, oh, this is great. It's like, it's cool. Yeah.
I really didn't like how Sonya Blade was just a cool girl of the group who didn't even belong. Like, bitch, you don't even got a mark.
Right.
They said that shit to her like 3 or 4 times. I was like, damn, girl, go home at this point.
And then she finally earned her mark from killing Kano.
She got that mark.
But I'm like, that was unnecessary. Just make this shit. I mean, as in, like, make this shit a known thing. Mortal Kombat. You don't have to be like some secret, ancient, historical shit that we have to discover and have to combat against. Just make it a known thing. Make it a known universe and get into the shit that we came for.
I agree.
Period. That's what we came for.
Okay, so my opinion. The shit is probably, I say it's a hard 3 out of 5. I did like some of the action and shit, like some of the fatalities and shit, how they handled shit, but I felt like a lot of the character development it just wasn't there. Especially for a lot of the characters. I appreciated the fact it didn't oversaturate this shit with characters and so on and so forth. And it does lead into something more though, but I felt like this was like, this is something that could have been like a fucking web series.
Yeah,
almost. It's like a lead into it though. I didn't like how it felt kind of like as hollow as it did with some of the characters and shit. Like I said, Kano was like a shine. It was basically the most.
Yeah, he carried the movie.
Yeah, he carried the movie, and I didn't like the fact that he carried the movie though. But they gave that character more personality than anything else, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up that you call a movie Mortal Kombat and there's no actual in the tournament. Mortal Kombat doesn't actually fucking happen. It's like, nigga, like you gonna blue ball me like this, nigga? Fuck you. Like, and then because the whole build up of the movie itself was the fight between Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and it's kind of like, bro, y'all could have did this in a better way without having to introduce a whole nother character as Scorpion. It would have been better if the motherfucker became Scorpion, then I would have been down with it, more or less, but that's not what happened. So it gets a 3 because it's not a bad movie, but it's not a good movie either. It's just okay.
It wasn't supposed to be a great movie.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. And like,
and on that note, I think it's kind of weird that, you know, you were trying to, you know, I guess prevent the tournament from ever happening anyway. I think that was a weird plot point. Like, we're gonna stop the tournament by killing all the people before we have a tournament. Even though we won so many. I'm like, just have the tournament.
And chill. Like,
like you won so many, why not win one more?
Hello.
Exactly.
Why?
Like,
What's
why
caused,
you threatened now?
Yeah.
At this point, you got it in the bag.
And then also, like, with the explanation, like how they attain these powers.
Because you know what, Shang Tsung is a bitch. That's why.
Oh yeah, he's always been always.
Shang Tsung is a total fucking bitch.
But the thing is, like, how they attained their powers. So when it came to Jax, like, okay, so if he didn't have his arms broken off, would he have gotten his powers as arms? Or would have been like,
that's kind of fucked up.
Would his angle have gotten him?
These niggas had cybernetics summoned out of the thin fucking air. Fuck you. I did not like that shit. This nigga got cybernetic arms.
That was his
out
arcana.
Bump that shit up.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if he didn't have his arms destroyed.
Ooh, that was such a beautiful scene. Shit was painful.
It was a beautiful scene.
Anyway, yeah, so there's that. Then, you know, you saw the was it the post credit? It was at the end though. They kind of get let in into inferring that they're gonna actually have the tournament, and they kind of give a little hint that Johnny Cage is gonna be involved, which is Johnny Cage is like a iconic character in the series itself, but it's I don't want to talk about it. Johnny Cage is a douche. I never liked Johnny Cage.
Oh yeah. You got that one move that everybody likes, the nut punch.
Yeah.
Leg split nut punch.
And it's fucked up because it was Liu Kang who did the shit. So
he did.
So I guess we can agree overall that maybe this shit is like a 3 out of 5, given the fact that it's entertaining enough to keep you interested, but it's not a good movie, but it's not a bad movie either. Is that a fair assessment for all of us collectively?
It's like what Brittany said, good Saturday night movie night. Grab popcorn, grab your drink.
Boy, I wish I was drunk when I watched this shit. Oh well. All right, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is Echo 4's definitive judgment of the Mortal Kombat movie. It's definitely 3 out of 5. Is that fair? Anyone? Yeah. Okay.
My basic math said that the rating is still a 2.5.
Okay. All right. So, well, do I look like I'm in a condition to be doing math right now? Let's be real.
I did it on a calculator, and I'm still litty.
Hey.
I hate you both. Anyway, all right, fine. 2 out of 5. That's the definitive ruling on Echo 5 and shit. So yeah,
4. That's 5.
4, 5. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Let's wrap it up.
We dropping hints. We dropping.
Yo,
there's a 5th Echo.
So we're gonna have an opening interview.
We're doing
Mortal
applications,
Kombat,
y'all.
That's the name. That's the name of our.
I gotta get my chicken, y'all. It's downstairs.
We're gonna get all right. So I'm gonna end this shit right now. Okay, so that's our ruling on Mortal Kombat, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on Echo 4, so on and so forth. So yeah, it's Echo 4 signing off. Deuces.
Bye.
Deuces.